What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today is Thursday, March 6th. In today's video, I want to talk to you, the dog Bitcoin holders right now, because tomorrow there's going to be a White House crypto summit. And people have been wondering, is this buy the rumor, sell the news event? Or is this the buy the rumor, buy the news event? Is it basically bearish or bullish after the event happens? Well, I want to share with you what's actually going on beyond just that. We're talking about what's happening within states passing Bitcoin strategic reserves. We're talking about M2 money supply that typically, historically, has really helped Bitcoin perform well. Also, we're going to talk about stimulus money within China. How does that benefit runes? And I also want to talk to you about altcoin season, okay? I'm going to share with you what other analysts and other influencers have shared in their charting analysis that could trigger what we think is going to be a massive altcoin rally. So in this video, as a dog Bitcoin holder, I want you to stay informed. This is not either a very bullish video or a bearish video, okay? My job here is to just share with you everything that's happening within the crypto ecosystem, because you need to be better informed of what's going on. And I have to be very honest with you, I don't exactly know how to feel. I usually remove my emotions and just focus on data and analytics. But even the data and analytics, to me, doesn't really give me clear insight what's going to happen after tomorrow. So let me just share this with you. You can form your own opinion. Let's get right to it. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform. And please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as you can see right now, dog Bitcoin is at a roughly around 180 million market cap. Now, as of this morning, it used to be at around a 200 million market cap, but it has retraced back negative 7%. Now, why did it retrace negative 7%? Well, it's mainly due to Bitcoin. So check this out. Bitcoin is at almost close to around $93,000. It definitely retraced back 2% all the way down to $88,000. So obviously, whatever is going to happen to Bitcoin is going to affect every other altcoin, especially meme coins. And it definitely did. Yesterday, we were at a $62 billion market cap for the top meme coins by market cap. Now we're at 59 billion. So as you are seeing in the meme coin sector, everything in the meme coin sector is really risky for people. People don't know exactly how to feel regarding their assets. And this is the uncertainty. People are fearing that there's going to be a sell the news event tomorrow. But before we get into the more broader scope of things, I just want to talk about dog Bitcoin real quick, and we'll loop back into this at the very end of the video. So Slingshot, which is a mobile app which you could download on your phone, they are allowing very soon to integrate Bitcoin meme coins for people to trade. So you can actually buy your favorite Bitcoin meme coins, such as dog, with Apple Pay or a credit card. So you don't need to, spend your Bitcoin on it. You can just spend your US dollars on it. So this allows for people, normies and in real life people, to just basically buy without having to learn anything on chain. It's simple, one click of a button, boom, you're done. And then updates regarding dog on odin.fun. Yesterday, Bob Bodley was on Blue Toshi's podcast. He provided a rough timeline of when OG runes are going to be listed on their platform. He mentioned that within the next few days, they're going to be working on deposits and withdrawals for the OG runes that are already integrated with their platform behind the scenes. Then after they're done with that within the next few days, they're going to go to their favorite liquidity service providers to provide the liquidity for those pools for the specific tokens. Dog is definitely one of them, which they brought up in this specific video. Now, liquidity providers or liquidity pools basically are provided by these services by people who have a ton of liquidity, right? This is what happened when we had dog on Solana. There is a liquidity pool provider such as MineLabs that provided that pool of money to allow dog to be traded on Solana. So the exact same thing is happening here with Bob Bodley working with liquidity service providers. Once they have those liquidity pools or LPs, then it's off to the races, quote unquote, for them to go live for trading. So this is going to be absolutely exciting because you already know that there's a huge Asian, aka Chinese audience that's actually using their platform and trading right now. And don't worry, I'm going to talk about China in a little bit at the very end of the video and why that pays tribute to you, dog, the Bitcoin holders. Before we continue, I do want to talk about the Fear and Greed Index that was just shared by Cointelegraph. Now, based on the 30-day moving average, you can see that optimism back in 2019 was right around here, and then we saw Bitcoin trading sideways. And then we experienced a euphoric stage. I think you remember that when Bitcoin literally went from 13,000 up to 60,000 US dollars. So that's where basically the fear and greed temperatures or gauges were at. And now we're back at the exact same stage of the optimism. And optimism happens right before a big rally to the euphoric stage. So what we're seeing is probably the exact same form of these fear and greed index lines, which you're seeing kind of very similar to here, replicated over here. So we could be experiencing a euphoric stage, even if this is a sell the news event tomorrow. And if you kind of look in the broader scope of things, back in 2017, this is what we saw from a bull rally for altcoin season. Now, this is that green box right here. That's the euphoric phase. And you can see it back over here in 2021. And as you can see over here in 2024, we're experiencing the same yellow box, which we're currently in right now before that next rally. So history may not repeat, but it could rhyme. I think it kind of makes sense. If you look at the total altcoin market cap, yeah, we actually haven't seen this major pump rally for altcoins just yet. He's predicting that we're going to hit around a $10 trillion market cap for altcoins. Carl Moon, who is a leverage trader and a YouTube influencer, says that we are in a cup and handle pattern regarding the altcoin market cap. So he's expecting that because we formed this cup and this handle, that eventually at some point, maybe we'll reach to the $2.2 trillion market cap in the near term, rather than just $10 trillion market, which I think is more realistic, which is a $2 trillion market cap. Another thing I want to share with you is the Bitcoin price. So this is basically the liquidation map on Binance. So these are what leverage traders are paying attention to. Now, what you need to know in this image is that short leverage traders, or aka basically leverage traders who are very bearish on Bitcoin, are wanting the price and predicting Bitcoin to hit close to around 80,000 to around 70,000 US dollars. That's what they're predicting the price is going to be. And this is possibly what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So you could see a liquidation event, meaning you can actually see that maybe longs may get liquidated and the shorts may win. But here's the thing, there could be a short squeeze because there's a ton of shorts piling up on the top side. So basically, if the price of Bitcoin gets closer and closer to 100,000, shorts are going to get liquidated. And that short squeeze would literally catapult Bitcoin past 100,000 pretty quickly. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, okay? Everybody's like paying attention from the sidelines, leverage traders as well, just looking at what happens at the crypto summit based on their announcements. Now, regardless of the volatility, I think regardless of what happens tomorrow, you need to zoom out, okay? Don't think day to day, think month to month. Now look at this specific chart on the Bitcoin price after halvings. Now this purple line right here is 2012 Bitcoin halving. This little green line right here is a 2016 halving. And this blue line right here, 2020 Bitcoin halving. And this black line right here, that's the 2024 Bitcoin halving. And we are a year past the Bitcoin halving, almost close to in April, which is coming up just around the corner. And we are currently right here. And as you can tell, every single Bitcoin cycle is very different from each other in terms of how it goes up and goes down. In Q2 through Q4 of this year, you're going to see probably Bitcoin's price go up in value, but maybe differently, right? But it is very similar to every single one of these Bitcoin halvings. So regardless of what happens tomorrow, yeah, the price may dip. You may see some of your favorite assets go down. But eventually, within Q2 through Q4, if you can wait that long, all these skyrocketing prices will go up. That also means altcoins, meme coins, gaming coins, AI coins, and Bitcoin. Now let's look at the US dollar index compared to Bitcoin's price. Now the US dollar index is basically this little orange line, while Bitcoin's price is the blue line. Now notice every single time that we see the dollar value go down, you see Bitcoin's price go up. Same thing over here. When US dollar went down, Bitcoin's price went up, so forth, so on. You can see the exact same pattern happen over and over. And we are currently right here. We are seeing the US dollar index actually crashing. That basically means that the US dollar value goes down because everybody's printing money, which I'll talk about. That means Bitcoin's price is going to go up because people are going to want to put their dollars into something that is going to accrue in value. Because if the dollar is getting weaker and weaker, you need to find hard assets such as gold, digital gold like Bitcoin, maybe housing markets for that matter. They're going to want to flock those funds over there. So Ran, who is the crypto banter on his YouTube channel, says the DXY is down, oil is down, inflation is down, but most importantly, M2 is up, gold is up. You know what happens next, right? So let's talk about that. So what is M2? M2 money refers to a broader measure of the money supply. This includes cash, checking, saving deposits, and money market funds. And a significant increase in M2 money supply is often correlated with a rise in cryptocurrency prices such as Bitcoin, as it indicates increased liquidity in overall financial systems, potentially driving investors towards riskier assets like cryptocurrencies where interest rates are low. Essentially, more readily available money can lead to higher demand for assets like Bitcoin. So this is what we've seen historically back in 2014, 2016, back in 2020, and now 2024. Whenever there is more money being printed, it's not just US dollars, ladies and gentlemen. This is like British pounds, this is yens, this is Asian money. We're talking about global money. If they start printing more money, you know that they're going to flock more over to Bitcoin. That's just how it's been like that historically over and over. Now you must be wondering, as a meme coin holder, since you own Bitcoin, how does this affect you? Well, typically what we see is that when there's M2 liquidity being provided globally, you'll see that the meme coin market actually goes along with that, as you've seen it over here and you've seen it over here. So you must be wondering, what does that affect you? Yes, that means people are going to speculate their funds into something like Bitcoin, especially the Asian market. Again, I'll talk about that a little bit at the very end of the video. And some predictions, okay? So this video is very popular. This was shared by Colin Talks Crypto. He mentioned that possibly we could see a huge rally starting March 25th for not just Bitcoin, but for stocks, crypto, meme coins, everything.
I wanted to bring you a quick video update on the predictive nature of the global M2 money supply as it relates to Bitcoin, the stock market, cryptocurrencies, etc. And I did create this chart where I actually added the stock market to it to see how it correlated. And sure enough, it pretty much matches with everything else. And that actually makes total sense. It's not that we have future data for the M2 supply line. This seems to be a common misconception. This is not future data. Some people are like, how'd you get the future data? This is not future data. This is the present data slid forward. This yellow line is pushed forward. And it seems to be that's the correlation required to match the price charts. So I just wanted to put that out there. This global M2 supply line is not some like seeing into the future imaginary data. This is the actual data, and this is the actual correlation that I personally think fits best.
Because if you look at this yellow line right here, that's the global M2 money supply. Have you noticed that when the global M2 money supply is circulating, that it's actually correlated both the S&P 500 and Bitcoin? So he's saying that right now on March 25th, we may see a huge blast off for all these specific assets. So whatever happens tomorrow on March 7th during the crypto summit, pause real quick and think about March 25th moving forward, okay? M2 money supply is the thing that you need to focus on other than just what happens tomorrow, because short leverage traders will most likely win. And many of our bags may go down for a short period of time until March 25th when the global M2 money supply starts printing globally. Okay, now let's get into more political updates. So what just happened as of today? The Texas Senate just passed SB 21. What is that? That's the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve within Texas. And now Texas is the first US state to hold Bitcoin on its balance sheet. So now Texas has their own Bitcoin strategic reserve. And in other news, President Trump decides that with Mexico, they will not be required to pay tariffs on anything that falls under the USMCA agreement. So this is how tactics work. So basically what Trump's trying to do is put tariffs on Mexico, Canada, China, but those are just tactics to see how they are going to react. And as they respond, he's going to respond back to them. So just because there's people saying, oh, you know, tariffs are announced, Bitcoin's price is going down. No, this is all a negotiating tactic. And there are people behind the scenes that know about this stuff. Now let's talk about money printing that's happening globally. I'm talking about Chinese money, okay? So China quietly is priming a $1.4 trillion Bitcoin price boom. Now, what is that all about? Basically, we're seeing that 300 billion yuan bonds and rate cuts have been stimulated within the Chinese economy. So right now, you're starting to see more people from China dip their toes into digital assets, such as Bitcoin and also meme coins for that matter. Now, just as of yesterday, when I posted the video about Bitcoin and Chinese money entering the market, one of our viewers said, haha, I'm actually from China. In fact, we are printing a lot of money. So that's really interesting to see that somebody's actually pretty much confirming what's going on over there. So shout out to you, 2004 and 7M, for even mentioning this. And why is China printing money? Well, they know that right now, Donald Trump announced that they're going to put 20% tariffs on China. So obviously China has to put more money into their economy. But Cynthia Lummis, who is also the senator within Wyoming, says that a Bitcoin strategic reserve will happen soon. Because again, even though there's an executive order that hopefully will be signed by President Trump regarding a Bitcoin strategic reserve, it has to pass the House and Senate, okay? And there's a lot of different senators within there that have to agree on this specific bill. And as I mentioned yesterday, it may be approved, it may not be approved. And China's watching this. If they're watching that the US is creating their own Bitcoin strategic reserve and they're getting tariffed 20%, they're going to want to put more money into their system. And as of yesterday, we just got confirmation at tomorrow's crypto summit at the White House that the attendees will involve many of these different leaders. We already have confirmation that CZ from Binance is going to be there. We have Brian Armstrong that's going to be there from Coinbase. We also have Paul Atkins, the SEC chair. We also have Vitalik Buterin, the Ethereum creator, and then Anatoly, who's the Solana Foundation person, and also Charles Hoskinson, the Cardano founder as well, Kathy Wood, so forth, so on, and also MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor. Okay, so a lot of people are going to be there, but something's happening behind the scenes, right? Even though it could be the sell the news event for these leverage traders, let's look at the broader scope of things. What's Donald Trump trying to do with his own company, okay? So World Liberty Finance, which is his company, did partner with Sui Network. And then out of nowhere, we're seeing that Donald Trump's wallet from World Liberty has been buying Wrap Bitcoin, has been buying Ethereum, has been buying Move. They've been buying a lot of these specific tokens, roughly $25 million total. So why in the world are they buying all these assets with Ethereum and Wrap Bitcoin if this is going to be the sell the news event? That's the thing that I'm kind of boggled with, right? And this is the most important thing about on-chain data. If they feel like there's going to be the sell the news event, why are they buying? Because if anything, I would wait to buy afterwards. I would wait to buy after the event. So is this the buy the rumor, buy the news? I don't really know. And right now I'm looking at Dog Bitcoin's price. It's just trying to find its way out. I don't know what's going to happen. We really have bottomed out right here around 170 million US dollars in terms of market cap. Like that's the bottom. We've touched that only 2 other times, right back here and right over here. And now we're here again. And check this out. So if I go back to Magic Eden, back on Dog Bitcoin, look at this. Look how low the price is, okay? So based on the 1 week, we've actually hit a very, very low price in terms of sats. Now, this is in regards to people feeling very fearful what's going to happen tomorrow. They don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's why most of these holders are like deciding like, I'm scared. I don't want to lose any money. Basically, they're very fearful. These are emotional people. It's very normal to be human like that. Don't think that your emotions are always just working against you. I mean, they sometimes are. Emotional indicators give you irrational decisions, meaning you don't think straight. But sometimes emotions are there to protect us. That's what fear is. Fear is there programmed in our minds to protect us from jumping into water with sharks or maybe skydiving off a cliff without a parachute, right? These are fears. They're built to save you from things. So this is why it's good to just check yourself every single moment and make sure to yourself, if you're seeing a dip in price in Dog within cryptocurrency, you have to look at the broader scope of things because your fear will only show you what's happening on the short term. But the long term, if you focus on the data and the analytics, which I shared with you in this video, you know Dog Bitcoin and also Bitcoin and every other crypto asset is looking for an altcoin rally, a Bitcoin rally, fueled by Chinese money, M2 global money supply. Also, regulation within the United States is more favor of cryptocurrency. You have to look at that broader scope of things. So tomorrow is going to be really scary for everybody, and it could be the sell the news event. And I told it here to you in this video. But if it's a buy the rumor, buy the news event, and it's very positive, great, that's awesome. We all win. But I want to be more straightforward with you and tell you the truth. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you need to be ready for disappointment. You need to be ready for this price to go down. That's the most responsible thing for everybody to understand for yourself. Respect yourself and understand that it could be a price dip and everything tomorrow because it's a sell the news event. But because of that, now that you're mentally prepared, you know everything's going to go back up eventually, and it will take time, maybe by March 25th, which we mentioned in that video. So with that said, let me know your thoughts down below. What you think is going to happen tomorrow? Is it the buy the rumor, sell the news event, or buy the rumor, buy the news event, or is there just nothing going to happen? So let me know your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding Dog on the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.